subscribe to my channel.
Right now, somewhere in your life, there is a woman who feels something shifting. She may not have proof yet. You haven't said anything directly. You haven't made a dramatic announcement, but something inside her has started whispering. Your replies are shorter, your energy is quieter, your attention thinner. And suddenly, the woman who once felt completely certain about you begins to feel a strange, uncomfortable question forming in her mind. Is he pulling away? And the moment that question appears, everything inside her begins to change, because when a woman realizes you've lost interest, she doesn't just react on the outside. Something deeper happens first, inside her mind, inside her heart, inside the quiet spaces where emotions speak louder than words. And if you've ever wondered what really happens in that moment, what she thinks, what she feels, what she does next, then you need to understand something very important. A woman rarely reacts the way people expect, not immediately, not loudly, not dramatically. At first, she watches quietly, carefully, because women are incredibly sensitive to emotional shifts. Long before words are spoken, they feel energy changing. She remembers how you used to text her first, how conversations once flowed effortlessly, how your voice sounded when you were excited to hear from her, and now something feels different. Not wrong, just distant. And at first she tells herself she's imagining it. Maybe he's busy. Maybe he's tired. Maybe life is stressful right now. So she gives you space, she waits, she hopes. But the human mind is incredibly powerful. And when uncertainty enters the heart, it doesn't stay quiet, it starts asking questions. Why didn't he respond like he used to? Why does he seem distracted? Why does it feel like I'm the one reaching out more now? And slowly, the realization begins forming, not suddenly, but gradually, like a slow sunrise that reveals something she didn't want to see. You're not as emotionally invested anymore, and when that realization becomes clear, her reaction can move in very different directions. Sometimes she tries harder. You might notice she suddenly becomes more attentive, more affectionate, more present. She asks about your day. She sends messages first. She tries to bring back the energy that once existed between you. Not because she's weak, but because humans naturally fight for emotional connections they once believed in. Think about that for a moment. When you care about someone, you don't walk away at the first sign of distance. You try to understand it, you try to repair it, you try to reconnect. So she might laugh a little louder at your jokes, ask deeper questions, suggest spending time together, not desperately. But hopefully, she's searching for confirmation, searching for the version of you that once looked at her with certainty. But something interesting happens when a woman continues to feel emotional distance despite her effort. Her energy changes again, and this time it's quieter, more thoughtful, more observant. She begins studying the situation more carefully. And this is where many men misunderstand what's happening, because when she stops chasing, it doesn't mean she stopped caring, it means she stopped quartetting herself. See, emotionally intelligent women don't beg for attention, they observe behavior, they notice patterns, they listen to silence. And silence tells stories. She notices how long it takes you to respond, how your excitement fades, how your presence becomes inconsistent. And slowly, the hopeful part of her begins to step back, not in anger, not in drama, but in self-respect. And here's the part most people never talk about. When a woman realizes you've lost interest, she doesn't just question you, she questions herself. Was I too much? Did I say something wrong? Did I misread everything? For a moment, her confidence can shake, because emotional connections make us vulnerable. They open doors inside us we don't show to many people. But here's where psychology becomes powerful. Healthy women eventually move through that self-doubt. They process it, reflect on it, and then something very important happens. They stop asking, why am I not enough for him? And they start asking, why am I investing energy where it's not being returned? That shift changes everything. Because when emotional clarity appears, her behavior transforms. She becomes calmer, less reactive, less available. Not to punish you, but to rebalance herself. And sometimes this is the exact moment men become confused, because suddenly the woman who once showed strong interest feels distant. But the truth is simple. She's mirroring the energy she received. And humans are incredibly sensitive to this shift. You start noticing she doesn't initiate conversations as much. She no longer tries to force connection. She seems emotionally neutral, and that neutrality can feel more powerful than anger, because anger means someone still cares intensely. Neutrality means they're beginning to detach. Now let's pause for a moment because this part is important. Not every woman reacts the same way. Personality matters. Emotional maturity matters. Life experiences matter. Some women confront the situation directly. They ask you calmly, is something different between us? Not as an accusation, but as a request for honesty. And this moment right here reveals a lot about both people, because emotionally mature relationships rely on truth, even uncomfortable truth. If you communicate clearly, respectfully, and honestly, something surprising can happen. Even if interest has faded, respect can grow. But when silence replaces honesty, confusion grows instead. And confusion creates emotional wounds that didn't need to exist. Now, here's another reality most people overlook. Sometimes when a woman realizes you've lost interest, she becomes stronger, not bitter, not resentful, stronger. Because clarity removes illusions. She stops waiting for emotional signals that may never come. She redirects her energy, her time, her attention, back toward her own life, her goals, her happiness. And suddenly, the woman who once seemed emotionally invested in you feels independent again, grounded, centered. And that transformation can be powerful to witness. Because confidence returning to someone is incredibly attractive. But by that point, she may no longer be emotionally available in the same way, and that's the quiet lesson hidden inside many relationships. Interest isn't just about attraction, it's about presence, consistency, attention, emotional investment. When those things disappear, people eventually notice, even when nothing is spoken out loud. Now I want you to imagine something. Imagine a woman sitting quietly one evening, phone in her hand, scrolling through old messages between you, remembering conversations that once felt effortless, moments that felt meaningful, and she smiles, not sadly, but thoughtfully, because she realizes something important. The connection was real, the feelings were genuine, but not every meaningful experience is meant to last forever. Some relationships exist to teach us something about ourselves, about communication, about boundaries, about emotional awareness. And when she understands that, she doesn't hate you, she doesn't resent you, she simply releases the expectation and chooses peace instead. Now let's bring this back to you. If you're listening to this because you feel someone pulling away, or maybe you're the one who lost interest and didn't know how to explain it, there's something deeply human happening here. Attraction changes, feelings evolve, life circumstances shift, but the way we handle those moments defines our character. Honesty creates clarity, respect preserves dignity, and emotional awareness protects both people from unnecessary pain. Because behind every relationship, there are two human beings trying to understand each other, trying to feel valued, trying to feel seen, and sometimes trying to let go with grace. So if a woman ever realizes you've lost interest, remember this. Her reaction isn't just about you. It's about how she values herself, how she processes emotional change, how she chooses to move forward. And the strongest women eventually reach the same quiet conclusion. They don't chase people who stop choosing them. They don't fight for attention that should be freely given. They simply step back and allow life to show them who truly belongs in their world. And if you take only one thing from this conversation, let it be this. Emotional connection is one of the most powerful experiences two people can share. Treat it carefully. Treat it honestly, because the way you handle someone's heart says more about you than any words ever could. And the right people in your life, the ones truly meant for you, won't make you question where you stand. They won't make you guess how they feel. Their interest will be clear. Their presence will be consistent. Their energy will match yours. And when you experience that kind of connection, you'll understand something beautiful. Real relationships don't feel like emotional puzzles. They feel like peace, quiet certainty. A steady sense that both people are walking toward each other, not away. So wherever you are right now, whether you are the one realizing someone lost interest or the one quietly stepping away, choose honesty, choose growth, choose emotional maturity, because every relationship you experience is shaping the person you're becoming. And the strongest, wisest version of you is the one who learns from love without losing yourself in the process. And that kind of strength, that quiet emotional clarity, is something no rejection, no distance, and no lost interest can ever take away from you.